Dream we live down by the sea. The water rush through windows.
Today I'm talking about single strand knots, and I'm talking about them simply because I get them, and my belief is that single strand knots is a locking mechanism. Your hair is starting to lock and knot. And in my experience, if you're not detangling your hair meticulously, daily, whether it's wet in the shower when you're applying your conditioner, or whether it's dry and your finger detangling or using a comb, if you're not doing, well, let me not add the comb. I think if you're finger detangling, especially, if you're not using a comb, if you're not combing your hair, you will get single strand knots. Now, I finger detangle my hair, but I am not meticulous about it. I'm not one of those girls who takes her time and that. I don't. If I'm conditioning my hair as well, after I wash it, I'm just finger detangling as quickly as I can. So I will get single strand knots. And your hair is knotting, whether your hair is in a wet state all the time. When I say a wet state, you have a leave-in conditioner or you have moisturized it, you will get, your hair will lock, your hair will mat, your hair will knot, because you're not using any mechanical force to separate it. Okay, so whether it's your fingers detangling lock by lock by lock, or strand by strand by strand, or you're using a comb that combs through, you will get single strand knot. Because when you use a comb or when you're meticulous about detangling, you will come across snags in your hair and you're going to separate them. If you don't do that, especially lots of people with a lot of thick hair, I can imagine you can't get to every part of your hair. So if you don't have a device or mechanism or a product that enables you to manage the detangling process of your hair, you will, I'm just checking, you will get single strand knots. Now, I have two methods of doing that. Now, with me, I supposedly, I detangle my hair, well, what should I say? I smoothing product in my hair every day. I've been wearing these Bantu knots for weeks. And all I do is I moisturize my hair every day. And when I say I moisturize my hair every day, I apply coconut oil is one of my best detanglers. So I tend to use that as sort of my way of detangling my hair, but I don't do a good job of it because I'm not taking my time and I'm just that person. Doing my hair is like brushing my teeth. It is part of everything I do before I start my day, and it cannot take more than 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It better be within the time frame of maybe bathing, showering, all that should be 30 minutes, including my hair. So this is what I do. I come every morning. This is what I do. I just do that. Okay, I'm doing that, and then I apply product maybe to my scalp or to my scalp. So it's either an oil. This is Jamaican black castor oil, but I also have coconut oil in it. Sometimes I use a thick product like this. It's just Afro Botanics, you know. I just started using it. I never thought much about it, but it seems okay. I might use this, depending. Sometimes I feel my hair needs to be quenched with a leave-in, a liquid cream leave-in, or it needs to be detangled, just needs to be smoothened out. I will use an oil like my coconut oil. So this is all I do. I do this, which is not really detangling. So I find that when I do, so I will get single strand knots, because guess what? When I'm doing that, you see that there are still snags. I'm still getting snags. Okay? I'm getting snags in my hair because my hair is matting together. I don't care how much moisture you have in your hair or how much oil you have on your hair strands. If your strands start to stick together and cling together because not enough moisture is getting them, not enough oil is getting between them so that they can separate and they're moisturized. You know, when something's well lubricated, it will separate. But if there's a piece in between the moisturizer that doesn't have moisture or lubrication, it will mat, it will lock. So for me, this is what I do. And of course, I'm going to get single strand knots because this is not checking anything. This is just applying product, you know, and there will be a single strand knot. What I find is I don't really comb my hair much. All my life, my mom combed my hair, my sister's hair, my cousin's hair. Any girl child that was in the house got their hair combed every day in a different style. Their hair got washed and scalp oiled on Saturdays and got combed again in a different style on Sunday. And it didn't matter how many hairs, my mom did that. And we were the first people to get the children to get to school. So for me, my hair cannot take up my time. My hair must be part of my grooming in the morning and done, dusted, go to work, get to do whatever you want to. So for me, not combing my hair is my own thing. I just felt, oh, my fingers are gentler on my hair, and therefore I really can just stick to finger combing. But I do occasionally comb my hair. When I do comb my hair, my scalp feels so stimulated. And I usually use this, but I feel that sometimes we should go back to this comb because it really tells you what's going on in your hair. And you see this pulling? It's pulling at my scalp. So it means that your scalp is getting stimulated from this agitation. Okay? So right now, the single strand knot that I thought was here is not here, so it's probably somewhere in there, right? So for me, that already I feel a rush of blood to my scalp and to my head and to my face. So those of you who are not combing your hair with a comb, do comb your hair once in a while and stimulate the blood flow. Let nutrients flow. And I feel that helps also with hair growth and hair retention. Hair retention because you're catching the knots that some of you are going to have to cut out or damage your hair by separating them. And some of the knots are funny. I have knots that are in the middle of the strands, so you end up cutting it and then you end up having a short piece. So I feel that, we must not stop combing our hair. You don't have to comb it every day, every month, but once in a while, comb that hair, detangle that hair, stimulate that scalp, okay? We in Africa, when I did a whole research project years ago, we used combs. We made combs out of bone, out of bark, out of any material that grew in our environment. We made combs. We made things for our hair. And so we were beautifying our hair. So don't do away with a comb because somebody out there is saying that you shouldn't use a comb. A comb is bad for hair. How you use it and the way you use it. My mother combed my hair every day, like I said. My sister's hair, my cousin's hair, every girl's child's hair was combed every day with this comb. And my hair was thick and long and healthy. Nothing wrong with it. So I'm not just going to dispute that. I am just one of those people who feels my fingers are more, if I can fingers detangle, why not? So this is what I do. Now, when I come across a single strand knot, I either leave it and pray that it will grow out and I can never come back and find it. But sometimes, especially when the once in a while when I have to comb my hair and I come across that snag, I know it's time for me to work at it. So what I do is like I said, my sister's hair, my cousin's hair, every girl's child's hair was combed every day with this comb. And my hair was thick and long and healthy. Nothing wrong with it. So I'm not just going to dispute that. I am just one of those people who feels my fingers are more, if I can fingers detangle, why not? So this is what I do. Now, when I come across a single strand knot, I either leave it and pray that it will grow out and I can never come back and find it. But sometimes, especially when the once in a while when I have to comb my hair and I come across that snag, I know it's time for me. To work at it. So what I do is
the drum we live down down by the sea. Water rushed through windows, we felt less empty. Wrote my name on the paper cup. I never knew I would want so much.
Okay, so you see, you get little snags in there. Now, obviously there's a single strand knot. So, what I do is, this is how I have to find it. Okay, there doesn't seem to be. So that you see, there's a knot here. Or the beginnings of a knot. So you have to really find it. Okay, I'm not finding it. Let me see. Let me try again. Okay, so you know what? That was the beginning of a knot. And the comb has just taken it out. Okay? I'm not sure where it is. Feel it, but there's it. Now you see, that tells you. So somewhere in here, my hair is already matting. With all the oil and moisture I put in there, because I'm not detangling effectively and making sure each strand gets the moisture so that they don't stick together, they tend to lock. Okay, so I think I just got rid of whatever the first signs of a knot. Okay, so there we go. So that is the purpose of the comb. You can finger detangle all you want, but you have to be meticulous. Totally meticulous. I know I have single strand knots. I don't know where they are all of a sudden, but I always believe this is how. Okay, this is what I'm getting out. Now this is somebody who hasn't combed I probably haven't combed my hair in a year maybe. I may be lying, but I'm sure some of that detangling I do, as fast as it is, and some of the lubrication I do does help the detangling process. So this is it. This is all I do. Sometimes I just redo my parts, the parting, so that it's neat. But this is what I've been doing. This is usually when I decide that, my hair needs a break. From all the moisture, and then I just use oils, but I will alternate with the moisturizer. So I'm looking for that single strand knot so that you can see what I do. There should be at least 2 in my hair. Okay, I believe this is where it is. Just apply it to my scalp, and then I stimulate my scalp and then run the oil through. So for me, the way I detangle my single strand knots, this is it. This is my single strand knot. This is my single strand knot. Okay? See that? It is a knot. What I do is, I hope you can see it properly. I want you to see. It is about, I think, first of all, if they can undo dreadlocks, you should be able to undo a single strand knot. So this is my single strand knot. And like I say, sometimes the knot is here. Sometimes the knot is up here. Sometimes it's in the middle. So what I do is this is one method. One method, I just take my oil and I just keep at it. I keep pressing. I press down. I press down, press down, press down, press down, press down. And it starts to separate. And then eventually I'm able to separate it. Now that might just be my hair. So you see, any knot, you see that knot? I'm going to keep pressing down with the oil. I find that the oil is lubricating the strand, and eventually that loosens out the knot or the matting. It looks like a knot, but it's like a matted piece of hair. And I keep flattening it. I guess squeezing the oil in. And then I just comb it, and eventually it's done. That is my dry method. Okay? Now you see my hair is matted here. Matted in the middle, matted in the middle, matted in the middle. Because all I'm doing is this every morning I'm not separating the strands. When you separate your strands, you will find your single strand knot. I feel like there's another one in here. There's another knot. You see? This hole is like a little dreadlock. So I just take the oil, and I find it works. Coconut oil even better. This is a mixture of the two. And I just press it in and flatten, like squeezing the oil in. And sort of pressing it in. It just helps it. It flattens that knot. You see, the knot is probably just a very tight, dry curl. So that's what I do, and then sometimes I just separate this and then it's out. Okay, this is my dry method of getting rid of my single strand knots. Now everybody's hair is different. I can probably do this with dry hair. Somebody else may not be able to. So this is probably a year of not detangling with a comb. Okay? I know the whole year this year I haven't combed my hair and with a comb. And last year, I can't remember when last year I used a comb to comb my hair. So, I still feel a little bit of a knot here. Well, this one came out on its own just for me flattening it. Okay, you don't want that. Okay, I really don't want, because then it gives you a short bit, but I don't mind. I think it's an end. This bit has a lot of knots. There's another knot here. See that? These are the ones I just cut off. Really. That is a knot. I pull it off. It's just probably unnecessary overgrown hair. But that came off on its own. And you see, the middle is thick and it's matting. So you need to use a comb. Because a comb, if you're like me and you're not detangling your hair properly. My second method is a wet method, and that's what I used to do in the shower. When I wet my hair, what I would do is to get rid of a knot, drench my hair. This part has so many knots, and you see some of the knots are like tails. They just come off on their own.
Drum we live down by the sea. The water rush through windows.
My wet method is saturating my hair with conditioner. And now I don't have to. I saturate my hair with the conditioner. So on dry hair. I get my hair wet with conditioner. You can do that in the shower as well. It doesn't matter, but your primary product is the conditioner, and I'm talking about regular conditioner, like that. And I particularly use thick conditioners like that and Tresemme. Okay, so you see this? I'm just fortunate that some of my detangling works, because otherwise I'm probably sure I would have 50 million single strand knots. But it's very important to do this. And I'm glad I'm doing this because my scalp is feeling very invigorated, you know? Very invigorated. Ooh. I don't know if that's a knot in there. Ooh. Yes, it's a knot. Okay, so.
Can we live down by the sea? The water rush through windows.
My wet method is this is a knot. So I just saturate. Oh, the whole point is get your hair moisturized, not wet with water, moisture. Get it to become oil. When I say oily, lubricated. Water doesn't really. You want something that coats the strands and makes them leaf and prevents friction, or gives, lubricates it, so they expand, or they not even necessarily, they are so oily that they can't stick together. That's the point. So I add copious amounts of conditioner and I just saturate. I do the same process with this, and then I just make sure it's drenched in it, and then I pull the strands apart. Pull the strands apart. I lubricate it. I squeeze it in. I squeeze the hair with the product in. I squeeze it so it gets into that matted section, that knotted section, where everything is stuck together. Okay? And then I just take them apart. Just pull them apart. Just pull them apart. So that's my method. That's what I do. Sometimes the whole knot comes out, and I feel it doesn't matter. It comes out on its own. But it's come out. Okay? I don't mind. It would have come out with the comb. Okay? Now you don't want to accumulate too many single strand knots. So use a comb, a finger, detangle meticulously. Meticulously. I'm going to put some oil back. And as you know, I don't mind conditioner in my hair. So basically that is my single strand knot method. Basically that's how I do it. And you see, after all that tugging with the comb and stuff, my scalp feels stimulated. I think it's so important that we do a great job of detangling. Okay? This side is okay. Just the lighter side of my hair, so sometimes I put a little conditioner just to smoothen the front. Sometimes I use a treatment. This is a treatment as my smoother, just to make the front look decent. neater. And this is all I do in the morning with these bantu knots. Because I feel that sometimes you just need your hair to, your scalp to breathe. You know? Just ponytails and all those things. Sometimes you just need to part your hair and let it breathe. And I think I did that already. And then I always start off by first oiling the scalp, you know, and stimulating it, and then running the product through. Okay. That's it. Just for your sake, I'm just going to put this as just a treatment. I find that some of these thicker products give you a better, a neater than some people use gel. I'm not a gel person. I've tried the, is it Miss Jackie's? Her flaxseed thing. It's not bad. It takes me a while to get used to a gel. It's not my thing. So this is my coffee. A friend gave me this mug because I guess I am quirky and I have a mind of my own. Did I do this? I don't think so. Did I? I'm never sure. So, just oil my scalp. The main thing is keep your hair moisturized. Okay? And I would feel real moisture, not just water. Because water is kind of a lighter lubricant. It doesn't have that thickening, softening effect as a conditioner would have. The oils also will sort of lubricate your strand. They just oil your strands. So they'll help with the separation process. This is a single strand knot here. Sometimes you have more than one. You see this? See this knot? These are the ones I always wonder what to do with them. So sometimes I just pull them. I feel they've outgrown. Okay. They're already coming off on their own. Another one here was kind of matting, so I'm just, sometimes you're in time just to separate it. And something, the oil helps. It's a gentle process. When it's dry, you don't want to just tangle. Lubricate it so it's has a gentler effect on your hair. You're not tugging at it, and you're not separating two dry strands. Moisture, so the moisture coats them and softens them and enables you to detangle. The conditioner makes the strands swell up. That's why you get those nice your curls pop with conditioner. Okay, so there is another strand knot here. Sometimes I see them and I'm thinking, oh God, I don't want to have to deal with it. This is a single strand knot. At least it's, you know, I've left them in for so long because I always figure they'll grow out, and they do. So you can also let them grow out. See that? It's at the end, so I'm going to see which method brings it out. So I'm just going to use the oil. If it comes off on its own, if it straightens out, you see. I'm just pressing the oil into the matted area, the strand. If I'm in a hurry, during the day, during the week, I have no time to be doing this. I just leave them in my hair. Just leave them in my hair. I've cut some that have been up there, and I thought, you know what? I don't want like these little patches in my hair. So I'm just going to keep pressing, using the oil method. Keep pressing, pressing it in, dragging it out. I'm ready to just let it go. I think I'll just comb it out. Let's see. There you go. So that's it. My knot is almost out, but the end needs to go. So it's gonna come out on its own. So you can that's just combing your hair. That's all it needs. Some moisture, some lubrication, and then you separate it. That's it. I didn't have to pull it out. I don't have to cut it. See? Oh my god, there's another one in there. There's another one. See that? It's just at the end. Whew. Just at the end. The knot is here. You see the knot? See the knot? This is the knot. This is the knot. And I always use gloves. You can use your fingers. Your fingers are probably great, but they snag my nails and vice versa. Oops. So I'm just gonna comb it out. You can keep them if you want, but so just pulling it out. Sometimes when it's at the end, I just kind of. Some people may say that's not a good idea. If it's at the end, it has grown. It has outgrown its time in your hair. So it's grown right down to the bottom, and I just pull them out. So that's probably how long those knots have been in my hair, because really, I don't always come out and just decide that I'm going to detangle my single strand. So this is it. What I do is, after I've done this, just lubricate the areas around my hair. Sometimes I'm using this just so that I have a neater look when I undo it. And just sometimes I go back and just redo them, because really the whole point is just to lubricate it. Sometimes they don't look as neat. Sometimes they do. And then what I'll do is I will tie it up. I hope I did everything. Sometimes I feel I don't get all of them. Why do I feel there's a little single strand? No, it's just wet. Okay, so and that's it.
I never knew I could want so much. I dreamt we lived down by the sea.